Hello everyone, I'm Kenny and I am Retail Experiential Marketing Specialist for Jaguar Land Rover Korea. Basically what I do is I do all kinds of marketing activities at retail level, and I also do collaborative events with other luxury brands. So as a marketing specialist, branding really does mean a lot to me. Then what is branding? Branding is the marketing practice of creating a name, image, or design that identifies and differentiates a product from other products. So if you want to brand a product, you will have to decide what to do with package designs, logos, names, or anything that make your product very unique. Then let's see what personal branding means. Personal branding is basically the same thing as branding, but it is the marketing practice of everything about you that identifies and differentiates you from others. So it is how people perceive you. Yes, I am a marketer for Jaguar Land Rover, but today I want to be a head of marketing for the brand called Me. So basically today I want to talk as a chief marketing officer of a brand called Kenny. So everyone should be a CMO for your own brand. So let's now talk about how to brand yourself. You have to know about your product. In this case, the product is you. So you have to identify you, the product that you're going to brand. So for me to create a marketing event for Jaguar or Land Rover, I'll need to find out which vehicle to promote and what characteristics the vehicle has. So what do you do? What do you want to do? And what do you like to do? You have to figure that out first. So let's take me as an example of personal branding. Yes, I'm Kenny now. And my first 5 years in my career was the foundation of my personal branding. I started my career at Bentley. Yes, it is another British automotive company. Before I joined Bentley, I basically liked pretty much everything: car, fashion design, and grooming. So basically, it's a lifestyle as a whole. So I worked for Bentley for 5 years, and then I joined Jaguar Land Rover. So eventually, this category of car became my profession. Then, what would I do with the fashion that I love so much? I decided to keep fashion as my hobby. Then I felt like I really did not want to give it up, and I really did not want to keep it as just hobby. So I spent couple of hours after work for a couple of months, just like Marco mentioned, a simple rule of the day. I decided to work on my own stuff every single day. So finally, I found my own fashion brand called House of Grey. It's a men's fashion brand specialized in Oxford shirts. You can get the shirts at Lotte department stores, so if you have time, please check it out. Let's now talk about the grooming section. I really do enjoy myself, look good and nice. I make myself visually stand out by keeping myself well groomed. For example, growing a beard is not really popular in Korea, but I have been keeping this style for the past 5 years. So I guarantee you that you will see no difference between me 5 years ago and me now. So it became my iconic style. I mentioned True Fit and Heel. True Fit and Heel is another British brand, and it's a barbershop that I go. So I do my haircut at a British barbershop. And luckily enough, I had a chance to work as a brand manager for True Fit and Heel when I was with Bentley. So grooming became something that I will never get rid of. So I live with car, fashion, grooming every day. And then I wanted to know how people perceive me as a human being. So I wanted to define my characteristics besides all these three categories you see up on the screen. So I asked my colleagues and friends, and they told me that I am energetic, passionate, and creative. Lucky me. So at this point, you might think that, so is he telling us that he's a perfect figure? Of course not. I'm actually here to personal brand myself as a personal branding marketer. So as a marketer, you don't want to tell anybody bad things about your product if you're going to promote it. But be noted that you need to know your weakness that you will need to improve on. So these are the key elements that I want to use to brand myself. But don't you think there are too much of everything? Like cars, fashion, grooming, passionate, energetic, creative, those are all good, but I think there are too much of everything. So I decided to combine all these into one single concept. And that is men's luxury lifestyle specialist. So I want to brand myself as a men's luxury lifestyle specialist. So now what you see on the screen is the pillars of a brand called Kenny-nan. So I want you to do the same thing as what I did, like write down your characteristics, ask your friends and colleagues how they perceive you, and finally find out what type of pillars you will have for your. If you have done all the works finding out your pillars of your brand, then you have to have your own goals. So what is the goal of your personal brand? Build reputation? Find your next job? Anything that you want to benefit from your personal brand can be your goal. Your passion. What are you so passionate about? Like, what do you enjoy most? Your motivation. What motivates you? How are you gonna self-motivate? Ask yourself what you aspire to achieve and what your fundamental motivation are to reach your goals. Then your authenticity, like why you are so special. Like what characters or competence or skills differentiate you from other people. So ask yourself and answer to these 4 questions. In my case, my goal is to become the most knowledgeable and experienced man in men's luxury lifestyle and British luxury. More specifically, I would like to make people trust on my taste and statement through personal branding within my profession. My passion, I'm passionate about car, fashion, and men's grooming. I love to discover anything in these 3 fields. What motivates me? I do motivate myself by thinking about my future. How good will I be in 10 years? So let's say if you spend 1 or 2 hours every day on something that you really like about, and do that for 10 years, you will already become a professional in that field. So apply what Marco mentioned in his presentation, a simple rule of the day. So spend 1 hour or two on your hobby or anything that you love. My authenticity. What do I have that others don't? So I believe I am very unique marketing guy because I know what I should offer to my target customer because I have experiences in not only the automotive field but also men's grooming and fashion. So I really do consider myself as a men's lifestyle specialist, not just a car company marketer. So this is the last step in personal branding. Share your story and communicate about you. So if you're not gonna tell about you, then how are you going to brand it? People want to hear about your unique stories, why you're different to others. So you need to make your own PR channels. Building PR channels is now much easier than ever. There are social media tools such as Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn or Twitter. And there are many different types of websites, blogs, or podcasts that you can utilize. And I'm telling you that this doesn't have to be online. It can be offline as well. For example, join relevant groups or communities and make connection, talk to people and share your stories. There are many events, networking events, or create your own event or hijack one. So engage in both online and offline communities. So this is the key in personal branding, sharing your story with others. Alright, let's now take a look at my PR channels. I use Facebook and Instagram. I utilize social media as a visualization tool, which means the pillars of my personal brand can be easily visualized on Instagram, Facebook. So there are pictures of my personal branding pillars like cars, fashion and grooming, all those key elements that define me. Let's take a look at another example of PR channel of mine. These are some of the comments I made for fashion magazines and lifestyle magazine. So whenever I have the chance, I love to tell people of my lifestyle by making comments on how I shave in the morning and what I like about my favorite fashion designer. So one of the best ways to amplify your personal brand is to leverage the reach of journalists and influencers. Reach out to one relevant industry journalist and making yourself available for comment related to an area of expertise that reinforces your personal brand. So I love to go to networking events to meet journalists and influencers and find relevant group of people. What I do there is quite simple. Hear their story and also tell mine. But most importantly, you have to be relevant, consistent, and diligent with what you do. Do it for 1 month, that's a really good start, but personal branding is a long journey. It really isn't about personal marketing activities or promotion. It is about you. So you have to be yourself. So do it good and the credits will follow. This is my favorite quotes for personal branding. This one's from Fast Company by Tom Peters. We are CEOs of our own companies, me incorporated. Your most important job is to be head marketer for the brand called you. So personal brands are built on what people are saying about you, not what you're saying about yourself. Thank you.